Welcome everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be running through my top 5 best purchase tracks on iRacing. We recently did my top 5 best purchase cars, which you can see a link to the description in below. Go check that out. And of course we have recently done my top 5 worst purchases and how much I have spent on iRacing in the last 3.5 years. So all of those could be found on this channel. Links will be in the description below. Go check those out, definitely worth a watch. But yes, we're going to round off this little mini series with my best purchase tracks. Top 5, let's get into it. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button, turn those notifications on, and of course, as always, I want to hear what your top 5 best tracks are that you've bought on iRacing and your reasons for them down in the comments below. So yeah, let's get into it. Coming in at number 5 is the Nürburgring, and this track has always been a favourite of mine on a number of sim racing and just racing platforms. And purchasing it on iRacing was one of the best things I ever done, which is why it makes it on this list. I've had many a good race rounds here in a number of series, TCR, GT3, F3, F1, you name it. It's just has such a good flow to it. I love going down into the first corner, the downhill hard braking zone. It really is a last of the late breakers, and you feel so rewarded when you make an overtake into that first corner. But it also allows you to defend as well and be strategic, because that first sector, the left-handers into the right-hander, really allows and promotes for wheel-to-wheel racing. And I've had a number of times where I've allowed the inside car to overtake me, and then I either do the cutback or hang it round the outside, because then you maintain the inside. It's just a thrill ride, and going through the center S's, then down the back straight into another hard braking zone of that chicane really does reward someone who is brave enough to be good on the brakes into that tight chicane with those sausage curbs just before you come up to the last corner. A track that I always enjoy seeing on any calendar of series that I want to race. And yeah, that's why it comes in at number 5 on this list. Coming in at number 4 is none other than Suzuka, the track that F1 drivers rave about every single time they come to this circuit, and I totally understand why. I've always been a big fan of high downforce cars, and this circuit really is made for high downforce cars. It is enjoyable in slower or lesser downforce cars such as GT3s and TCRs, but it truly comes into its own when you're in an F1 car, an F3 car, or a prototype, because going through those center S's at the start of this lap is just so rewarding and so enjoyable when you hook it up correctly. And then famous corners such as the 2 Degners and Spoon and 130R. This track is up there for sure in one of the best flowing tracks in the world, and a track that I always look forward to racing every single time it's on the calendar, as I do the Nürburgring. But this one comes in at number 4 just because of how much of a smile it puts on my face. Coming in at number 3 is Silverstone, and this is going to come to a shock to a lot of you who follow this channel, as I'm always saying this is my most favourite track in the world. And that is still the case. However, the 2 tracks still to come in this list are above Silverstone, as they have given me unexpected enjoyment and thrills. Silverstone, I've always known I was going to enjoy when I purchased it. I have done many official races here, 100% races and endurance races at this track, and it is one that I can lap after lap after lap and never get bored. The flow of Silverstone and the corners it has here is just so enjoyable, and I don't need to hark on about it, such as corners as Cops and Maggots and Beckett's, in regards to how good they are, especially in high downforce cars. If this was a list of my most favourite tracks, then Silverstone would 100% be at the top of it. But as this is my best purchased tracks, then Silverstone comes in at number 3. In at number 2 is Road America. Now, this was one of the first tracks I purchased on iRacing, and is by far one of the most enjoyable on the platform in my opinion to this day. I have raced many a series around here, and it's one track that I can say I enjoy in any type of car. The tight and narrow start finish straight, the carousel, Canada corner are all iconic elements of this track that provide great wheel-to-wheel racing and drama. I think I can say some of my most epic overtakes have happened at this track too, and most recently in the F1 series we came here and it was an absolute blast. I knew about Road America from previous games before joining iRacing, but never did I expect it to be a track I'd get so much enjoyment from when I first purchased it, and that is why Road America is at number 2. In at number 1 is the Red Bull Ring. Yes, you have heard that correctly. This track has provided me with the best races I have ever been involved in on iRacing. When I first purchased the Red Bull Ring, I didn't think much of it, to be honest. I thought it was too small, very easy to pick up off tracks, and a bit of a pain, but those opinions very quickly changed. The nature of this track provides some of the best racing you'll get on iRacing. The long run up to T3 at the top of the hill, then the run down to T4, then into the middle sector, where I can't tell you how many times I've gone wheel to wheel into there and received such a buzz from. The shortness of the track, where I first thought it as a negative, is actually one of its strengths because the same corners come back at you thick and fast. In F1, the nature of 3 DRS zones makes defending difficult, and you do have to be strategic with your moves because you don't want to be a sitting duck with no DRS. But due to this, I have experienced the most unexpected and enjoyable races I have ever had on iRacing. And for this reason, this is why the Red Bull Ring comes at number 1 on my most favourite purchase tracks. And there we go, guys, that's my top 5 best purchase tracks on iRacing. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you agree? Do you strongly disagree? Of course, we all have our own experiences on iRacing and have our own preferences. So yeah, I want to hear what your guys' top 5 best tracks are. Hit me up in the comments below and I look forward to reading them. But remember to hit that like and subscribe button, turn those notifications on, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye.